From the Chattahoochee Tech Studios, this is your Paulding County Cast, catching you up on the latest news, social media, all the interesting happenings, and a whole lot more right here in Paulding County.
Welcome to your Paulding County Cast. I'm Melissa Carter along with Doug Harding. Let's take a look at our top stories. Well, a heat advisory was issued for parts of northwest and central Georgia this week. According to the National Weather Service's office, heat index values reached up to 109 degrees this week in some areas. Officials warn of potential heat illnesses due to the hot temperatures and high humidity. I'm telling you, this week, I was just in a constant sweat outside from how thick the air is. So we have reach those summer temperatures. And so residents are advised to stay hydrated. This is for the rest of the summer, too, because they think that the heat index is going to stay high through school when school goes back into session. So here you go. You're advised to stay hydrated, stay indoors in air-conditioned spaces when it gets that hot, avoid prolonged sun exposure. Don't think that you're tough because, boy, that will knock down the strongest person to be outside that long. And check on vulnerable neighbors and relatives, elderly, the young, people without air conditioning, and your pets. Don't just leave them outside. This from The Patch.
Chattahoochee Technical College appointed Ford Thigpen as its new board of directors chair, succeeding Debbie Underkoffler. Thigpen, Northwest Georgia Regional President of the Piedmont Bank, has a strong background in civic leadership, including roles with Wellstar Cobb Hospital Authority and local chambers of commerce. Outgoing Chair Debbie Underkoffler, CEO of North Georgia Staffing, was recognized for her contributions alongside departing board members Mark Haney, a healthcare executive, and Stephen Crew, a business owner and community leader. Their collective efforts were lauded for their impact on the college's success and community engagement. This from Paulding Today.
In a proactive effort against sex trafficking and buyers in North Georgia, police arrested 14 individuals in Operation Etowah Exploits. Led by multiple agencies, including GBI's Heat Unit and local law enforcement, the operation aimed to combat human trafficking by targeting both sex traffickers and the buyers. Resources were offered to 9 sex workers. One of those charged was from Dallas. This ongoing investigation underscores collaborative efforts to reduce demand and support victims with further charges and arrests expected. Citizens with information can contact authorities through designated hotlines. This from Paulding Today.
Does it seem like there's always a story about sex trafficking every day?
Yes, and it's just so disturbing. And then just when I was reading, not only the traffickers, but the buyers, it's just so creepy, and it's just awful, offensive.
Well, it's still going to be pretty darn hot here. We're going to have partly cloudy today in Hiram and Dallas, high of 92, but a low of 69, so that's a little bit of relief. Cloudy tomorrow with a high of 89 and the low of 72. Tuesday, looking at cloudy skies, 50% chance of rain, high of 88 and the low of 73. Learn how to succeed and win big in life, plus much, much more. Listen to the Red Hot Read podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
98.7 Chat Tech, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
What we did at Chattahoochee Tech mainly focused on the more environmental aspect of that: soil sampling, stream assessments, land assessments, and then also the geographic interface with that as well.
The majority of our students are on the traditional side, but we do have a pretty big percentage. I'd say, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, around 30% of the students are non-traditional who do come back, who've been working in the field for years and want to get a degree in engineering.
So many of the instructors that work here are so passionate about what they teach because they come from that field. And, the first week is, hey, how you doing? And the next week is, let's grab this gear and go out and shoot video and then put it together. Let's work on figuring out how to be storytellers.
Visit chattahoocheetech.edu, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
And we're back with more of your Paulding County Cast.
54 warrants were issued for 2 Georgia suspects who shoplifted from 9 stores. The suspects fled, leaving behind a vehicle containing the stolen items valued at approximately $8,000. Nakenda Fevrar and Shakari Hayward faces multiple charges, including felony theft, possession of loitering, and misdemeanor shoplifting. The suspects' current whereabouts are unknown, and anyone with information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers anonymously. Well, Ken Bragg said, going to be apprehended and most likely serve some time for felony theft. John Henderson said, there's jobs out there, but some refuse to work. They feel entitled to what others have, and if stealing is how you get those things, so be it. This from the Paulding County Crime Facebook page.
So there are so many stories like this as well. People just walking in and stealing stuff. And a lot of times nobody can stop them. And it's making a lot of businesses close, as we've talked about this before.
Well, there's businesses too that, most businesses have insurance policies for this. You have to get an insurance policy to protect you from shoplifting. And then you look at other countries, it just reminds me like in Japan when they had the tsunami years ago. And all these businesses, were damaged because of it. And not one single case of shoplifting happened. So, it doesn't have to happen, but it happens a lot in the United States. Found on the What's Happening in Paulding 2.0 Facebook page, Andrew Eskvanko posted, just curious about what happened to wild crab in Hiram. Well, Latanya Smith said definitely overpriced and they did not give enough food for the prices. Haven't been in a year. Michelle Welcher said it's so expensive for lunch. $45 for one person at lunch is uncalled for, and I was sick afterwards. Diane Paisley said, really? Same thing happened to Hooters. Bad food, bad service, and way overpriced. And Tim Abad Jr. said, y'all just wait until they merge with Hooters. So Crabs and Hooters going to own this town. Your weird story of the day comes from Namibia. Scientists have unveiled fossils of a giant salamander-like predator that inhabited waters there 280 million years ago. Larger than a person, it used its wide head and sharp front teeth to capture prey, reminiscent of an aggressive stapler, according to those at the University of Chicago. These findings published in Nature suggest tetrapods thrived in colder climates earlier than previously thought, challenging existing theories about their evolution. I'm fascinated when they find things like this, and this is from apnews.com, by the way, like dinosaur fossils and stuff, but I'm still not convinced that we have a correct idea of what dinosaurs looked like, right? Because what if they didn't have that reptilian skin? What if they had colorful fur or feathers or whatever? I always think, do we really have all the information that we need to know what they look like?
I think it's called an educated guess.
Exactly.
And here's some events to get you out of the house.
All right, here's what's going on in Paulding County. Thursday on the 11th at 7 o'clock, professionally run poker nights. You can win $200 at 398 West Memorial Drive in Dallas. Friday, July 12th and the 13th, starting at 5 o'clock, Raccoon Creek Bluegrass Festival at 332 Music Park Path in Dallas. And finally, Saturday the 13th, beginning at 10 a.m., Christmas in July, Powder Springs at 5740 C.H. James Parkway. That is in Powder Springs.
Your financial future just got a whole lot brighter. At Credit Union of Georgia, we're excited to offer free checking and savings accounts with exceptional benefits. Earn 3% APY on balances up to $25,000 with our Checking Plus program and enjoy unlimited ATM fee refunds. Imagine getting paid up to 2 days earlier with early paycheck access. Plus, receive a complimentary box of checks upon account opening and a free visit with our financial advisor for personalized expert guidance. Unlock these exclusive benefits and more by joining Credit Union of Georgia today. Your financial future starts here.
Qualifying conditions apply. Visit cuofga.com for details. Whether you're new to church, have been a Christian for many years, or looking for a fresh start, you're welcome at New Season Church. New Season is a place where people can believe in God, belong to a family of believers, and become fully devoted followers. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. Join us for one of our 2 Sunday services, 9 or 11 a.m.
Hi, this is Pastor Steve Flockhart. Whether you're new to the Paulding community or have been here since the day you were born, New Season Church is a place where all are welcome. From our exciting children and student ministries to our engaging Bible studies and small groups and events, I promise New Season Church has a place for you.
New Season Church, just off Highway 278 at 4457 Atlanta Highway in Hiram. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. New Season looks forward to seeing your entire family this Sunday, and feel free to check us out online at newseason.cc. We believe what comes into our minds when we think about God is the most important thing about us. We look forward to seeing you Sunday at 9 or 11 a.m. at New Season Church in Hiram. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Paulding County Cast wherever you get your podcasts. Here's your sports. Congrats to Allisha Gray of the Atlanta Dream. She has been selected for the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game, marking her second consecutive appearance. That'll go down on July 20th, Channel 2 at 8:30 p.m. Also, the Atlanta Braves will see pitching reinforcements post-All-Star break, including A.J. Smith-Shawver returning from a rehab assignment with Single-A Rome Emperors after recovering from a Grade 2 oblique strain. The Phillies are in town to face, obviously, the Braves, and the Braves are on the road to go to Arizona on Monday to face the Diamondbacks.
And finally, former President Donald Trump's sentencing for hush money convictions has been postponed until at least September 18th, pending the judge's review of a recent Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity. Originally scheduled for July 11th, the sentencing delay aligns closely with Trump's nomination acceptance at the Republican National Convention, but also impacts his legal status closure on Election Day. This from WSB TV.
A new, exciting podcast about dads for dads. Legacy Makers, a conversation for dads. Download now wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening to the Paulding County Cast. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio on this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by the respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on the site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Paulding County Cast.